Hello, everyone. Welcome to A Link to the Past Randomizer Hybrid Glitches. Excuse me? Hybrid Major Glitches Tournament. Welcome. So I'm Chex Human. I'm joined by Dr. Earworm. Hello.
Hello, how's it going?
Going well. And this is the first race of the tournament. And I'm pretty excited. We have HolySmoke versus Sky. And just looking forward to talking about glitches and watching a race.
Yeah, it should be fun. It's the first race of the tournament, but it's actually technically a round 2 race because of how the brackets worked out. Both of these runners had a first round bye, but the bracket was already lined up for them to be able to schedule, so they're just getting ahead of the game a little bit.
That's right. And our runners will be starting at any moment. And Hybrid Major Glitches is a glitched mode. So major glitches are allowed, in particular, restricted major glitches. And we'll talk about that. Both of our runners are starting off at Link's house. It is open mode, so the world is open to them.
They'll be able to perform pretty much any overworld glitch, plus a subset of out-of-bounds glitches in dungeons and caves in the underworld.
Yeah.
And this is a pretty standard opening in this mode because the Hylia Island check is available. So if it were something they wanted, they could just clip over to it. And then Hobo is... There's a lot of Sphere 1 in this mode. And it's one of those checks that can be good to just get out of the way early. It's pretty quick with that clip.
Yeah, nice to have boots. We have starting boots in glitched modes. And we can just bonk open Sahasrala's closet right off the bat.
And Sky decided the RNG was not favorable their first time around here, so going for it now instead.
Ah, yeah. So what Sky's doing is, Sky's boots clipping. If you haven't seen boots clipping before, Sky is holding down B and then shuffling into the slope. And that's done with direction and A on the same frame. It's a pretty simple way of just clipping into collision.
Yeah,
and there's lots of ways.
That particular one can get a little hairy if the RNG is unfavorable with that bow guard. You can sort of bait the guard into getting stuck against the bridge there, but you can also just come back later when you have a weapon to get rid of all the guards with.
Yeah, and to get the transition to the hobo screen is a little finicky as well. At least it's a little particular in how to achieve it. It involves a fake flipper.
I think you have like a 2 or 3 pixel window on the y-axis to be lined up correctly for it to work. And if the guard is harassing you, then it just makes it a little tighter.
And we have nothing at Lumberjack Ledge today, so Aghanim is out. There's pretty much no reason to go. We can always find other ways into the dark world.
Lots of money and lots of bombs, but still no flute or bottle, so we may see these runners decide to delay CAC a little bit longer here, just because in this mode, with all the overworld glitches and logic, there are so many other things that could be done. Sky looking like they're going to head straight into CAC, though, which, honestly, without a weapon or boomerang or anything to hit switches in Tower of Hera, which is currently accessible, the mountain is a little dicey.
Yeah. I'm not surprised both are going to Kakariko. I don't know if it's their standard go-to, but it is nice to have both bombs and rupees. All rupees in the first floor of Blind's Hut.
classic glitch cack.
Mm-hmm. Blue cane in the back. So now our renders have blue mail and blue cane. I'm hoping for blue boomerang in the well. Nope, red mail.
Nope, red mail. So now it's going to be red boomerang in the well.
There's bow in the back of the well.
That's interesting. We haven't seen a map check yet. I don't think, but
Ice rod is also here.
Yeah, there's the map check. So we had Crystal, Eastern, and Desert, and I believe that was a Pendant Hera, but I'm not 100% sure on that.
I think it was a Crystal Hera too.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Chicken clip from Sky.
So if you're not familiar with Hybrid Major Glitches as a mode, the thing that starts to get really interesting is the dungeon logic. And we can talk about it more as we get to it, but that Crystal Hera has potential to mean that even if Meyer is a pendant, logically we still need the Meyer medallion to beat Hera. We will see. Hera potting is not in logic in this mode, but it is, of course, allowed. Hey, there's our flute. A flute which Smoke is not going to get right now because they are... Is this a wrap to Eastern?
It can be, but it's most likely a race game jump.
Interesting, okay.
Wow, you are right. HolySmoke is going straight there. That's
Wow.
really cool.
That's so scary. So that clip, if you... After the screen transitions, if you move even 1 pixel to the right, and you don't even have to touch right on the D-pad, if you like nudge a corner and get moved back to the right, you hard lock and lose everything. Which wouldn't be, I mean, no, it wouldn't be good. Wouldn't be great.
Yeah, I love this route. I have not pulled this off in races, so it's really neat to see. So great to see a runner find bow in CAC right at the start and then jump in. Not to mention, we also have that red boomerang you predicted,
Oh yeah.
along with silver arrows. Well, maybe not silver arrows.
No, I think
I dreamed that.
Still wooden arrows, but yeah. But that does make that makes a mountain play a lot more palatable because you can check the first couple things in Hera without using up all your bombs, and you can head over to East F Mountain and be more likely to get things done. Sky has not checked the tree pull that Smoke did, and that has resulted in a bomb deficit that seems to have persisted. It probably won't stay a problem for very long, but it might make a difference in this early routing. We'll see.
And HolySmoke was also able to check the stun drop. Is that what you said, stun drop or tree pull?
No, sorry, the tree pull. Yeah.
Right. And the stun drop is a full magic, so that was kind of nice to see right away upon entering Eastern. I think the sparkles of the boomerang is what fooled me about silver arrows.
Oh yeah, I still can't believe HolySmoke did the Eastern map wrap. That's so cool.
Yeah, there's one dangerous part of that which is where you round a corner to get into the staircase, and if you just know the window of 8 pixels or so where you can push up, it's fine.
Right.
But
yeah,
you have to watch out for phantom directions to the right or being nudged at all, and then it's over.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's a similar wrap that takes you from Turtle Rock to Skull Woods that I. Oh man, nice glove.
Ooh.
That's gonna make a possible. I mean, that'll make the desert route nicer for Smoke.
Yeah, and on Sky's side, he's checked desert and is doing sort of a South Hyrule check. Can combine K45 with it.
Yeah, and the only thing that glove really makes a difference for here is Smoke's going to be able to check checkerboard.
Yeah.
In that loop, and Sky's going to have to leave it for later because they can't beat Landmo right now anyway. Even not that you don't need the glove to get to Landmo, but it does soft lock you if you go into Landmo without the glove.
Yeah, it would be a save and quit.
Yeah, it has to be. It's the end of your route
flute.
without a glove. Oh, you're right. There's a flute. Never mind. All right, Sky trying again on Hobo Clip here. And there it is. You have to do the buffered up. Oh no, Malmo. So Malmo was my mentor in the Glitch Mentor tournament this last year, which got me into glitches, and she is notorious for not knowing the directions to say out loud, and I am my mentor's mentee, and I don't remember if that's an up left or an up right, but or something else entirely. But I know how to do it with my hand on the controller.
Oh yeah, I have that same issue. My hands know the directions, but my brain doesn't.
All right, Sky's showing us a
Yes.
different way to get into Eastern, which is safer and faster with the flute. I never bothered to learn that clip. I need to learn that one.
Right. So it's a teleport, which clips allow us to do a downward teleport from the third bump of that slope, and then simply walk to the right and go up very slightly, and then hop off to the right. All right, so with gloves on hand, HolySmoke is dropping into the back of Escape. Hook shots there. Wow.
Okay, now you gotta go to the mountain, right?
I agree with that. It's funny how it's a sequence break. Think about that later. Maybe it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, the hookshot doesn't really change anything logically on the mountain, but it just makes it so much comfier. Because it gives you the ability to get hook speed, which is... Oh wow, that's... Okay, I have seen people do that Death Mountain Descent before. So DMA, Death Mountain Descent, DMD, Death Mountain Descent are two categories of overworld glitches that sort of by themselves are part of the reason why Sphere 1 and then other early spheres, if the Moon Pearl is early, are so massive in these modes. Because they really just let you get anywhere on the map.
It's funny, HolySmoke did a DMA when he has the gloves.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's faster, isn't it?
I don't
at least
know.
I think new DMA is. If you do new DMA into... Well, maybe not, actually.
I don't know for sure. But regardless, in HolySmoke's shoes, I would do the same, because I would just forget.
Right, yeah. During the Glitch Mentor tournament, I soft locked myself doing the swim, the like weird swim thing into Magic Bat, and when I watched the restream back later, comms were like, so he has a hammer. What's happening here? And I just forgot.
So in Hera, there is an available big key. So this is, how we get to the top of Hera. like you mentioned before, it could have been Meyer. But here, we can just go. Or we can use hair clip. Nice new setup from this year.
Oh yeah, it's so good. It's a little riskier in this mode specifically because you have to make sure you don't accidentally spend the small key.
Yes.
All right, that's both items, so it'll be interesting to see if we don't get to know yet, actually. So the small key, the reason we care about the small key is because we will potentially use it in Swamp. But it could be locked in the basement. Logically speaking, Swamp entry is either a Vanilla Swamp Small, which is a 1 in 10 chance, or it's the third Meyer Small. But that's slow, and if the Harris Small key doesn't, basically if it doesn't lock the Meyer medallion in Hair Basement and it's available, we'd much rather use that. So we'll have to wait until we have a weapon for Moldorm to decide if we're going to be able to do that or not.
And Sky has cleared Eastern now.
Smoke is pretty. Well, no, I take it back. I was about to say Smoke is pretty effectively isolated library. But I mean, it doesn't matter that much for a variety of reasons. First of all, flute is just never required in this mode. But also, it's probably still something that Smoke will check on their way to Desert Area at some point.
Fire Rod is available. Sunken item. Sky finds it. And we'll see what Sky will be doing in South Shore. Maybe a full trip to Zora's Domain.
I would think so, yeah.
HolySmoke is going for a clip to get to a heart. It's an upward teleport to get into the clouds. And just needs to splash onto the island. There we go. Nice dash to get out, along with a little kick. Time for Spiral Cave now.
And Sky, with the flute, gonna say no thank you to continuing over to Ice Rock Cave and doing the... So all of Zora's Domain is in Logic, in Sphere 1 in this mode, thanks to Water Walking being in Logic.
Yeah.
There's a clip. There's a teleport that gets you onto Zora's Ledge. So all of those items are available and in Logic, but Sky gonna come back later.
Yeah, that is one of the minor glitches that is a logical glitch. There's a few of them. Like, by the way, we have the cane in Graveyard Ledge,
which Sky is about to get as well.
Okay, yeah, both runners getting it nearly the same time. Yeah, so minor glitches might be required, like Dungeon Bunny Revival or Mirror Super Bunny. They're not too many. HolySmoke now using a fake flipper setup. Mushroom turn in, perhaps?
Yeah, it looks like it.
And what's next for Sky? This might be King's Tomb. He picks up a heavy rock by tricking the game after falling onto the top of it, half on it, half on the bush.
Yeah, so... Oh, actually, what I was about to say isn't true anymore. I was about to say mitts are also never required in this mode, but that's not true with the most recent logic update. They're never hard required, but
Hmm.
but they can be logically required now for ice. Anyway,
Holy
which is...
Smoke is going for a fake flipper. I think what's easier to do here is to hold up left into the transition to get the
Yep.
transition. That's a strange one for some reason.
It's the only one that I know of that's like that.
Yeah.
What are we swimming to here? I don't... Is this King's Tomb?
Ooh, yeah, nice route. Probably.
Nice.
I like it. So that was a tam swim, or a slope swim, where we clip into the slope while in water. And the tam variant is involves swimming to the opposite direction of where you're facing that slope. So the slope was to the right, Holy Smoke swam to the left.
So Sky just did something interesting. Sky just spent the Hyrule Castle small key, which is a gamble because Sky doesn't know yet whether the Hera small key is available or not. We don't know either. Sky's about to find out though because they have a sword and are going to be able to beat Moldorm. But if the if the Hera small key is not available, you can actually you can set up a steal for the Hyrule Castle small key, which is slower than just using the Hera small, but faster than going all the way from Mire. And Sky has removed that possibility. But they are rewarded with a mirror, which is in logic and would have been accessible from the front, but you don't often go to the front of Hyrule Castle without a mirror in this mode, so that was a sort of a complicated series of gambles and payoffs and potential who knows what's.
And the mirror is big because it allows for a logical Death Mountain descent as a bunny. So we'll see if that is needed.
And just in terms of the
DMD, that is.
Exactly. And just in terms of the meta, like people will often put off checking the front of Escape until they have the mirror because you can pair it with Pyramid Fairy and Pyramid Ledge. So it's not clear whether even if the Hera Small isn't right here on Moldorm, which we're about to find out. Oh, never punished. Okay. So that's going to just be, I think, full, like, pure upside for Sky.
Nice.
Oh, chat pointing out, not actually sure it's slower. Yeah, I don't actually know. I think I just assumed based on fan of just doing it for Mire over the key rat steal. Okay, cool. So then that might explain it then. From Sky's perspective, maybe it was just in logic and faster to do it there, and if you get stuck having to do it for Mire, then you do it for Mire.
Alright, so Holy is in Zora's domain. Nothing on the ledge. We'll see if Sky goes for this heart on the island. That is a no. Sky has maybe twice as many hearts as Holy Smoke did. Maybe 3 more hearts, that is, at that point. But also, he was dead rock blocked.
Yeah. Okay, last thing I'm going to say about the Mire versus Keyrat steal is I think what I was misremembering is the reason to keep Keyrat steal as an option is in case Mire is a pendant, and you end up in go mode except for your Mire entry. So that's, I guess, the backup. It's not necessarily the speed thing.
Mm-hmm. All right, so HolySmoke found a bottle and is turning that into Sick Kid. That's 20 rupees. Does a check of library, so Holy's picking up that flute now. Alright, what is next for Sky? It's mountain time. No, we're fluting. Mushroom time. We know this is nothing. Now it's HolySmoke's turn to go to the desert.
And with a sword and fire rod and glove, we're going to see a different route through here because Smoke is just going to beat desert and then also be able to check checkerboard.
Yeah, that's quite nice.
I don't remember if there were 2 items in the front of desert or not. It wouldn't be crazy to put off Landmo if there's no item there with fighter sword, but nah, I take it back because they have fire rod. So
fire rod, ice rod, yeah.
Probably just gonna see a Landmo kill here.
All right, pendant's all right side with green pendant pod.
Green pendant pod, TR, and ice.
Alright, so Sky, able to flute away from the wrapped position. What Sky's going for is an offset mirror portal. Placing a mirror portal after screen wrapping places it farther down the world map, right in front of the pyramid here. And this is wedged in the wall to get Link access to the entrance.
And this is in logic in this mode.
It's the moon.
And sure enough. Wow. Okay, so spending the Hyrule Castle Small, huge for Sky.
Yeah, Sky now needs to press up to kick Link down. Not totally sure why he's not pulling that off, but a re-entry will put him back here. It's just an easy way back to the Dark World if he can do it. But now he's mirror bonking due to being along the edge.
Yeah, I get a little panicky on that if I get stuck. I often forget the exact way out of there. I just sort of go in and out and mash things until it works.
Yeah, I'm just thinking in the future Sky might want to look into pressing up as soon as leaving.
For sure. Yeah, please. Yeah, I absolutely. That is the preferred way of doing it. Yeah.
And then another thing you can do is hold B, hold sword out, and tap up, and you won't go into the entrance because you're facing down. All right, that's Landmo complete for HolySmoke.
I didn't notice if Smoke activated the flute or not before heading into desert.
I didn't check. It might be a no, just because he's cleared so much of the light world already, but we'll see. It can still be useful. He even turned in the mushroom, which would have been nice to do with a flute. Again, we'll see. Alright, and through all that effort, Sky is continuing in the light world. Might as well. But this will probably be a Dark World loop for him regardless. Now that he's free of the pyramid.
Yeah.
Pyramid prison.
Yeah, the main reason for Smoke to activate Flute at this point would be to make Smith Chain faster, question mark. Which also makes me realize I also misspoke earlier when I said the mitts are never required. That's not true. Mitts can be required for Smith Chain. They're not hard. I mean, there's technically, I think there's a way to do it without mitts, right? But it's terrible.
A number of ways, yeah. Actually, offset mirror portals, YBAs, and swimming, which is truly terrible.
Yeah, I no, thank you. Like, I don't want to look for extra ways to do Smith. Like, I'll just I'll do it if the game makes me.
Yeah. So, yeah, there are a bunch of ways, and we saw them even with a mirror jump, which is an old school technique involving 5 mirror transitions.
Oh my god.
There's Blue Boomerang in Checkerboard Cave. But yeah, we saw Oase do a mirror jump in 2018 Overworld Glitches tournament, which was pretty hype, but still kind of silly for a 2-item chain. All right. East Dark World for Sky. East Dark Death Mountain, that is. He's got Hookshot, gloves, making Hookshot Cave easily accessible.
Yeah, and mirror, so might as well come over here in the Dark World first. Because I don't think Sky didn't do the like Paradox Spiral Cave stuff yet, right? I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Sky also has at least one in logic check in Turtle Rock right now, which is terrible.
Right, we can clip down into the Turtle Rock ledge.
I think it's well, yeah, it would be only one. It would be Chain Chomps, but if Chain Chomps is the big key, then they could get the big chest. I think that's the only stuff in logic there.
All right, so Sky's clipping down Catfish DMD. Very convenient way to get to Catfish.
All right, and Smoke making the trip into front of Escape, so gonna get their mirror and roll their eyes, and then hopefully pretty quickly use that mirror to get their Moon Pearl.
That's a nice fake flipper for Sky, having Red Boom, 2 bombs, and Samaria.
Rewarded with a shield and a chest turn.
I love the bomb on Holy's side. I think he just wanted to use that hook shot to grab the key. But it reminds me of placing a bomb on a chest you don't like.
Yeah.
HolySmoke going for a slash kill of Ball and Chains. Probably to help set up a Death Warp. Alright, Sky has a glove but no hammer, but can still use this portal. He just jumps in, but now he has to get out. And how does he do that? So it's a bomb clip on the left side.
So good. So just for the benefit of anyone watching this on YouTube in the future, the internet is sick right now, and so the tracker is down. So please forgive that. Although, oh no, it looks like it got caught up now. Issues are happening, but we're doing our best. Oh, 2 for 2, 3 for 3, 4 for 4 chest turns in Hype Cave from Sky, and rewarded with the Master Sword for their trouble. Nice work.
There is mirror for HolySmoke. HolySmoke will not be using the key like Sky did. Meanwhile, Sky is continuing down in South Dark World. This is what I thought Sky would do before, but I was, of course, wrong. Shovel turns up nothing. Alright, so what is Holy gonna do?
Go to pod.
Nice.
This is where pod is. Everyone
yes,
knows
it
that.
is.
This is where pod is.
So, HolySmoke is showing us that underworld clips are in logic. So, on the underworld map, all the dungeons and caves are connected. Most of them, that is. And right below Spectacle Rock is the edge of the map, but that returns link to the top of the map with no sprites, and at the top of the map is pod.
And even though Smoke hasn't picked up any pod small keys, they were able to open that key door because they weren't actually in pod, they were in a cave, a pod-shaped cave. And so they were able to take advantage of that to use one of their infinite, or 256, I think, pod small or cave smalls to open that door, which will potentially save them having to take a trip to the right side if they get two non-small key items in here in the front.
Yeah, it's like you have -1 or 255 when you enter. So as soon as you use a small key to open a door, you have basically infinite keys to use. Not infinite, but very many.
Effectively, yeah.
Yeah. If you happen to pick up a chest that has a small key in it, then it'll return your count to 0.
And that's bad.
And that's bad. You don't want to open chests while in cave state. Pod here. And another thing that could happen is you could pick up a big key, which would eliminate your count of having a big key for pod.
Which for almost everybody eliminates your ability to beat Helma. It is possible to get to Helma without the big key, but not for me.
Right, so Sky made a play for Misery Mire and apparently can complete it if he wants to.
And yeah, chat pointing out this is we are flippers from Go as long as the GT big key doesn't require the hammer.
Oh yeah, that's a very interesting layout. Yeah, pod is green pendant, so we do not need hammer for that.
This was actually even a gloveless seed. If they had just dodged the glove, I think they would have been fine.
Yeah. Right.
My first ever HMG seed that I ran, homemade beer, was mentoring / piloting me. He had the spoiler log open to help pick things for me to practice. And he explicitly directed me away from both gloves and the hammer because he recognized that it was possible to do without either of them. So he wanted me to finish hammerless, gloveless. It was excellent.
And even though it's green pendant pod, it still has 5 items. It's available. We have bow. Sky taking some damage. Coming up empty, it seems. We really want flippers. And HolySmoke really wants to go to Pyramid Fairy to get that Moon Pearl. And let's see. So Holy is doing a right side clip. This is generally taking him into Hera. Oh, the kick somehow got him stuck in top of Hera somehow.
Yeah. So
that can also happen if you're a little high.
I think this is just a play to finish Moldorm because they're getting the health refill and they're not keeping their camera. Oh wait, nope. I think okay. So then the health refill was just a reflex, unless they activated the flute, which I'm still not sure about.
Yeah, the old Hera clip is to use the slope on the left side and just clip to the right, and then you just tap up and you're in the space in front of Hera. So it's a little faster and easier if you want to do a wrap.
Oh, and chat pointing out, yeah, we missed a very missable sword in Mire Torches. Oh, okay, yeah, they're just going to use the Houlihan here to get back to Hyrule Castle.
Yeah, that's a nice route. Of course, we don't need the rupees with 928 in our wallet. And Sky is approaching Vitreous. So Sky might want to look into the positioning for the initial spin, which might make things a little bit more regular. I noticed that Sky slashed quite early upon walking in. We're all fine.
All right, just keeping the drama alive. All right, and that's Moon Pearl for Smoke, and now the whole world is green, and it's overwhelming.
It is. It's a needle in a haystack, unfortunately, as it goes with glitched modes. Holy is deciding to go up and to the left. An interesting route. Could it be King's Tomb check? I don't know if he did that already.
No, he did the Tam Swam to King's Tomb.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So this is just
starting on the north side.
Yeah, well, because it also did the Catfish DMD, right? So it's and did Pod. So where else do you? Oh, that is guaranteed not required, but I'm gonna grab it anyway because they don't know that.
Right. And Holy could also go into Skull Woods here if he wanted to and clear it. Meanwhile, Sky is completing Desert Palace. This guy missed the initial spin, but it was fine. He still got a one cycle landmo.
Yeah, nice save.
And Holy is going into Skull, starting with the back. Just a compass in Mummy room. Oh, that bonk is painful.
It hurts, yeah.
Alright, Sky is out of Mire, now doing West Dark World. Is able to clip and approach VOO. Digging game is next. And the 20 rupees lands in the way. Sky picks it up. So here's an upward teleport for Sky to get to the north. He does not have mitts for the right side. The Baris are extremely
this room.
annoying. Alright, how is HolySmoke clearing? Starting with the bombos just to clear out the enemies.
Wanting to conserve as much magic as possible with Fighter Sword, which is
That makes sense.
reasonable, yeah.
So
Oh no,
that's unfortunate.
that's not enough. Oh, that's really unfortunate.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the fire rod does not behave on that side. Alright, so Sky's doing something interesting. This is now a sequence break. Not literally, but the way Sky did it is a sequence break. It's just... oh, well, also it's fake powder.
Yeah, it's also fake powder, yeah.
So there's all kinds of logic breaking happening. But no matter.
This room is just bullying Smoke.
Yeah. So Smoke's gonna retry. We'll have more magic to deal with it. This guy now has no magic power. I'm wondering if he'll go to Skullwoods next. And by the way, our runners have access to a stun prize of full magic. I'm not sure if Sky will go for that at this point. I'm kind of wondering if he'll go into Thieves Town.
Yeah, and I think Smoke knew that earlier. I wonder if they forgot. Nope, here it is.
There we go.
Oh, okay. Oof.
Bit of a hairy room. Alright, Mothula for HolySmoke.
Red mail, plenty of hearts. You got the hammer. You can spam fire rod shots. I think my preference in this fight would actually just be to be super aggressive with the hammer, given how much health and mail upgrade we have at this point. But that works too.
Right.
Oh wait,
And Holy doesn't have a hammer.
we don't have a hammer. That's the there's the issue. Yeah, that's the problem with my plan. Yeah. That 2-sword advantage from Sky is significant.
Oh yeah. Definitely. If Sky is going, I mean, eventually Sky will go into Skullwoods. So, yeah. And Sky had a nice Hellway, getting the God Pixel, dashing upwards. Thieves Town going pretty well. He has full health.
Smoke remembering that they had not actually checked the front of Skullwoods yet.
Mm-hmm. There's the item. I am not sure if that's everything.
Must have been.
Yeah. So did we die? Is my question.
No.
Okay, good.
Lots of getting wall mastered, no dying.
Right. So if there was a death that occurred, then the game would put Link back in the light world. It would just be the same screen for that one screen.
Was that a top of Sea House muffin stash from HolySmoke?
Missed that one.
They got to the top of Sea House, dashed down, and then opened the chest. That's a muffin stash variant I have not seen before. So the muffin, if you weren't watching the Glitch Mentor tournament, Bidey was, or was it Bidey? No, Maniacal. Was commenting on a race where muffins. It's specifically after you get the item and get back down to the bottom of Sea House, muffins charge a dash out the door, which is not faster. It is slower, and Maniacal.
It broke Maniacal.
It broke him. Yeah. So the entire glitch class of 2022 intentionally loses time in that room every time, and we give each other a hard time if we don't. Thank you for the clip, Malmo.
Yeah, the thing we're looking for here in Thieves Town, kind of wondering if we picked up all the items. I was not able to catch that.
So that was either a 0 or 1 item front.
One 300.
It was a 1. Okay, yeah, so a 1 item front. And this is in logic without the hammer, since we have that small key. So.
All right, so our runners are trading places. We have Sky and Skullwoods now. Perfect pixel for Holy. Makes sense.
I relate so hard to Smoke's pause there. If that room goes, like, if you miss that switch, I just, my brain would just break for a second. I don't have a backup.
Wow, Sky got the same bonk, which also got him the same dip into the hole.
I think Malmo making a good point in chat. I think you gotta go to GT soon. Not just to look for your Go mode flippers, but also to confirm that you don't actually also need the hammer.
Right, that makes sense as a next play. And there is something in the big chest. And a smooth mummy key room for Sky.
Yeah, and Sky also demonstrating some of the like more hidden benefits of having better equipment, because Sky didn't even need to consider conserving magic in mummy torches. They just sort of did it normally, which is how Smoke eventually ended up doing it also. And it's just when you can be aggressive. That is a time save in and of itself.
Yeah. And blind is down for Sky. And we have a blind fight for HolySmoke. Oh, excuse me. Moth is down for Sky. Holy approaching blind.
And I gotta imagine Smoke headed down to Meyer after this, so more just sort of retracing each other, and then we go find Hammer and GT for flippers in Thieves Town Big Chest. Easy game.
Right. Okay. Sky is leaving. And maybe we'll get those bombs to clear. Not quite sure how this will go. HolySmoke Most likely, we'll be going down to South Dark World. Let's see. It's a save and quit for Sky.
Yeah, I think this is... No? Okay, never mind. I was going to say... Yeah, I think this is straight to GT. Or maybe not.
Makes a lot of sense. But we are fluting somewhere.
Oh, that's right. Sky never did Ice Rod Cave Resort area.
Okay, fair. HolySmoke does not pick up the 20 rupee prize at Dig Game.
Also seems to... Oh, right. They haven't done this yet.
Yeah, he'll get that Master Sword in Hype Cave. Maybe not right now, though. And in fact, maybe a different level. And I didn't mention it before, but Meyer has annoying flashing rain that goes away upon transitioning. It happens because of approaching it from a direction rather than fluting. Okay, Sky is now going into pod. So we were wrong about GT.
Yeah, and this is going to be giving a lot of time back because there was nothing in here.
Right.
As long as HolySmoke does Meyer torches... Wait, was it torches or cutscene chest? Anyway, the sword advantage may be neutralized here. You have to imagine they continue to Hype Cave after this, so they'll at least get that one.
Mm-hmm. Holy is ready for a bigger sword. Just whipping at Popos.
Okay, so the sword was in cutscene chest. This is going to be a tough Vidi fight if they don't grab it. Won't be that much better with it. But, well, no, it will be infinitely better with it, but it would still be a tougher fight than what Sky had.
Hover attempt for Sky, leaving that behind for now.
Oh, almost went down for it. This is... There it is. Okay. Oh, going back for cutscene chest or just hitting the switch? Yay! All right, Smoke is going to get a sword.
This is good news. Okay, chased by the Slugula.
Those slugs do way too much damage.
Yeah. Same as Wizrobe, 4 hearts on green mail.
Okay, dude. Never mind.
Wow. It's a clip.
It's
So
a flipperless clip. Okay.
yeah, so HolySmoke setting up a dash clip to go from Mire to Hera. And this will get him eventually from Hera to Swamp, and he'll be able to unlock Swamp.
This is not. I would not have predicted this right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, no, Malmo pointing. Yeah, so this is Swamp Unlock into Hype Cave, so they will still get a sword.
Yeah, that would make sense too.
And with Hookshot and Specky Clip, you don't have to worry about doing this again later. So
Right. And so what Dr. Earworm's referring to is we can do hammerless Swamp pretty easily in hybrid major glitches, and prior to that discovery, we needed to find a different way to do hammerless Swamp, which was pretty annoying but possible. And that involved clipping back in to once to hit the switch, once to go around the hammer pegs, like we saw here. Nice stall. Causing Holy to bonk in place. Alright, so it is Holy's first sword upgrade after all, the Hype Cave sword.
Yep. And Sky, meanwhile, is skipping Tile Room, working their way through GT.
So big key is available. This guy's continuing on, surprisingly mirroring.
Interesting.
He cannot access Ice Armos from the left side. And yet...
This is just a commit to the climb and grabbing this small key.
Okay,
because
Sky
I'm not sure why.
Potentially realizes he made a mistake, but also does not climb, which is odd to me.
Yeah, that might have been a panic save and quit. I'm not sure what that was.
Yeah. That's okay. Sky will find something else to do, or just return later. Or even now.
Yeah. Yeah, so it looks like Sky wants to... This is probably Laser Bridge, but it's not any slower to just do this after the climb, and if flippers are on the climb, then you dodge this entirely. Okay, never mind, not Laser Bridge.
Right, this could be a TR play, though.
Yeah.
We'll see what Sky wants to do. Sky wants to go for a Laser Bridge, after all. So Sky will want to teleport onto the upper part and then get hook speed. Meanwhile, HolySmoke is going for the front of Turtle Rock. So both runners going into TR at the same time. They're using different methods, however. And Sky pulls off a mirrorless wrap that takes him straight to Laser Bridge. HolySmoke using... Oh, it looks like the first Bombos missed, maybe?
Yeah, Smoke was 1 pixel too low. I'm wondering. I'm curious to ask Sky about the GT decision because I wonder if there was maybe if there was maybe some sort of thought about it being in logic or not because of the small keys without the hammer, but I don't understand. Like I only understand key logic for the most part in entrance modes where it's non-conditional. I'm not really clear on it in non-entrance.
Mm-hmm. It's a possibility. So, I believe that was Big Key and Roller Room for HolySmoke.
Yeah.
And the mirrorless wrap that we saw from Sky is a sequence break, but and there is a bow upgrade for HolySmoke in Compass Room. Oftentimes the back to front clear of TR is more convenient. It depends on preference.
So the Laser Bridge requires lamp. None of the wraps into Laser Bridge are in logic.
Right. And that is... It's based on overworld glitches logic, by the way. Hybrid major glitches is essentially overworld glitches plus 4 underworld clips. And that allows us to have a moon pearl that has... It basically follows the rules of overworld glitches. Plus, it could be in Palace of Darkness. But it's not a wild moon pearl. It's not a major glitches requirement where overworld YBAs or mirror wraps are required. Or even bootless bunny GT clip. So hybrid major glitches gives us a pretty fun race mode altogether. I didn't see HolySmoke's last item, but now Sky has also left. HolySmoke getting out first, which is interesting.
So now Sky climbing maybe? Or heading back to the big chest? Yeah.
Oh yeah. So I was wondering if there was an item. It's the myths.
Oh
Wow.
God.
That's really
Oh,
interesting
no.
because that's logical access to those undesirable locations you mentioned earlier. Ice Palace and Smith Chain.
Yep. Pendant Ice and Smith Chain.
So now we wonder, will Sky chase that? Interesting. It looks like yes, he is. Meanwhile, we'll see something new from HolySmoke, that is Ice Armos.
I would love this play from Sky if he had climbed GT already. Because I can't get over the concern that flippers are just on the climb, unless I'm missing something logically.
Yeah, I feel that he's let a mistake lead him in this direction, but it could be like you mentioned, a logical consideration. So we'll see what the right answer is eventually.
Okay, yeah. Gamma saying in chat, hammer more like most likely to come before flippers. Yeah, I don't know.
The lamp is at the chest behind our Ice Armos. I believe the arrow chest. That is pretty interesting. I'm not sure if there is any implication from that at all.
So Smoke also not climbing, so
Ah. Interesting.
there must be there must be something I'm missing. Yeah,
And
Ice
where
is in
were
logic. Sorry,
where
go
were
ahead.
where were those mitts? Was that tile room or what? Where was that?
No, the mitts were in TR Big Chest.
ER big chest, right? Okay, got it. Right.
Yeah,
So that was Sky's impetus to go to ice.
Right. Even with the logic making it unlikely that the flippers are on the climb, I would still do it. Like I don't, because you have to either say like I don't know. They have to do it eventually anyway.
Yep. Oop. Okay. So Sky starts Ice Palace with a clear of Ice 2. That gives him a key, and he returns to Ice 1 to clip. That'll save him a key. He does have to return to Pengator Room to check this item. It's a big key, so that's convenient. We want that prior to Big Chest.
Yeah. Yeah, and stealing that key important without the hammer because it's gonna let Sky Icebreaker and not get stuck on the right side here.
Alright, so Sky missing 2 blocks in Icebreaker Room. We'll need to watch his magic, but we'll see how that goes. There we go. Okay, so HolySmoke is going to TR Big Chest. Quite an interesting seed. Our runners both having mitts. I'm wondering if HolySmoke will chase them as well. Oh, I see. HolySmoke is continuing. I didn't know that this was missed before.
Yeah, and just again to clarify for anyone who's new to glitch modes, flippers can be in Ice Palace because fake flippering and water walking are in logic.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and it's Mirror Shield for Holy.
They are not. That was 3 items.
Oh, that was 3 items. Wow.
Wait, was it 3 or 2? I think it was 3.
I didn't see what was on right side, really.
A compass and rupees, I think, in the Bari Spike room.
Alright, so what's next for Sky? Sky is returning to the top of Hera.
Okay, yeah, that was 3 items in ice.
Is Sky going to continue down? Yes, so this will be a clip to Swamp. So Sky is able to start from Hera, not taking the Mire trip.
I wonder if I wonder what if Sky's going to pair something with this, or is this just a I'll unlock Swamp while I think about what to do next?
That could be. We cannot find flippers in Swamp.
Let's see.
And I like Malmo's point about the logic.
Oh,
if
yeah.
Hammer is here, we would know that flippers cannot be behind that item. Flippers cannot be blocked by any item here.
Yeah, so this would be a case where you do just open these chests in. Which is what Sky's doing. Okay, wow.
That's very funny. So we have Hammer
Oh my
in Swamp.
god.
And that's quite interesting. So that now we know that flippers will not be on left side GT. They won't be at Helmasaur.
That also means they're not. They can be on the climb, I think, right? I don't know. I'm unclear on the key logic, but I think that means flippers could be on the climb.
Yeah, if there were enough keys, then that could be the case.
Because you could spend one key. Maybe not, actually. So in the chat, yes, the first chest in Swamp can be a small key, but the first chest in the small key in Swamp is placed without logic, so it's only a 1 in 10 chance of it being there.
HolySmoke. HolySmoke is fighting Trinex with 1 heart at this point. Now we have Master Sword to deal with.
Sky is unfortunately chasing hammer checks, so...
yeah, that won't lead to flippers.
Nice save from Smoke.
But Trinex, it was just 10 arrows. And nothing's here.
That hammer... See, this is unfortunate, because the hammer being in Swamp eliminates so many possibilities. It can't be on Ped. It can't be on Green Pendant. It can't be on... Well, we already found 3 items, but Sky unfortunately does not seem to have made that connection and is following hammerlock checks.
And did Sky do purple chest already? Can't remember.
I think so. We have seen Catfish. Yeah, I think it has to be the climb at this point.
Yeah, we've definitely narrowed it down.
We have not seen Tile Room.
Oh. Right, okay. Tile Room is oftentimes has our progression. Yeah, one interesting thing about how this race has gone is that HolySmoke did not open chests in Swamp, and Sky did.
Right.
So that has led them down different paths. And unfortunately, it's a wild goose chase for Sky at this point. However, Sky is in GT, which could be an advantage if he climbs. And if we're right. The commentators have to be right about that.
Yeah. So chat is key logicking and thinking that flippers have to be in tile room, which would be unfortunate for both of our runners.
Well, we'll find out. Yeah, it could still be fairly unfortunate if our runners don't go there. Oh, it's the single arrow at purple chest.
So, if I'm remembering correctly, the climb is always locked by 3 small keys in non-entrance modes. So if there were 2 on left side, that would explain why our runners didn't climb. But in that situation, so I think that's what Sky's pause was then, when they were deciding whether to go back up or save and quit. I think they were thinking about whether or not to do tile room. So I think Sky will do tile room now before climbing. Nope, never mind. Oh, okay, here we go.
I love it. Sky dashes up the center stairs, then walks back down. And now we are seeing tile room. Resident sleeper. No, this is a good pick. And nice to have Cape here to not have to dodge anything. Grabbing on to the shooter. Magic is not depleted. Or grabbing onto anything. Okay, what do we got? We got flippers.
Oh my god.
Nice call.
All right, thank you, chat, for getting us there on the key logic.
I'm surprised it wasn't the book.
Yeah. Yeah.
Personally.
Yeah, a good question though. Why still no climb? Like it's not fast. Like you still have to do it.
It's just because it's approximately the same, regardless. Now, flute is available, so that might make things easier.
Oh, right. The extra GT entry versus being able to drop straight in after Act 2.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
All right. So, HolySmoke is now clearing Mire. He takes down Vitreous with silver arrows. Meanwhile, we have a Specky clip for Sky. And he's able to get through here quickly, not because of no hammer. So, I'm wondering if we'll see cutscene chest for Holy. Yeah, he's going back in.
Yeah.
And Sky approaching Argus. This guy's got gold sword. We'll see what his strat is. He goes for the hook dash, but doesn't quite get it.
Oh, gets it, at least partially on the second one. There it is.
Yep. But still is having some Argus walks after the first cycle, so. Nice second cycle. And Argus is down. So that's 7 crystals for Sky.
All right.
Now it's climb time.
And the GT guessing game, which is a little different in this mode. Does anyone remember which check the GT Big Key was in?
I know it was the compass room. Yeah, the game is can you remember?
Yeah, exactly.
And I do not. I lose.
I also lose. All right, and Smoke going to climb.
All right, 2 climbs at the same time. The problem, though, is that Holy did not go to the tile room.
Yeah, I think maybe the thought process was that tile room had to be exactly flippers for hammer and swamp or hammer for left side GT, but I would still do it. I don't know. I also I have a tendency to just do tile room my first time through.
Yeah, that's
in case it's the big key, because I don't want to abandon the big chest. But that's
yeah. I don't know if HolySmoke thinks about the key logic or not, but as comms, we have to think about it.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I have a tendency to make plays that let me not have to think about the key logic as much as possible, like doing TR from Laser Bridge and things like that, because I just make too many mistakes otherwise.
Nice fire rod clear of G2 for HolySmoke. Both runners in gauntlet at the same time. HolySmoke make at a good pace. Transitioning to G5 simultaneously. And Sky gets out first.
Oh no, I hate what. Oh, yeah, that room can be a bully if it goes sideways.
Yep. The first landmo gets away from our runners. They take it down on the second one. Cycle. Alright, is at a good pace here. Yeah, and meanwhile, HolySmoke is at a rough spot looking for those flippers. I'm not sure what is next on his agenda, but he won't really have that opportunity, most likely.
Yeah.
We'll see. HolySmoke is a little caught. Down to 2 hearts. And we have the Aga 2 fight for Sky. Let's see how this goes. We got hits on phase 1, not on phase 2 or 3.
Oh, nice double. This is very out of sync.
One more.
Oh,
there
nice.
we go. Now Sky is wedging himself into a corner, perhaps going for the clipe out. We do not get it in time. You can save a few seconds to end that cutscene early by clipping over to the right side. The idea is to despawn the bat.
Is there any risk to that? Can you like hard lock? Or
Yes.
Okay.
There is a risk. The risk is if you transition to the right side, you go to Ice Palace and you get stuck in a wall.
Oh, that's fun. That's why Malmo never taught me that during the mentor tourney. She did not want to give me more opportunities to hard lock myself. The sternest talking to I got from Malmo during the glitch tourney was when pre-restream I was practicing Scudgewoods and hardlocked, and I got an all caps "Doc, don't you dare hardlock" during this race.
That's tough love.
All right. Yeah, exactly. Nice comfy fight from Sky here, although a little low on the hearts, needs to avoid the hug.
There we go. 2 and 2.
Nice.
Ganon's down.
Oh, I was watching the wrong stream. Whoops. All right, GG Sky.
GG to Sky. Sky finishes with an official race time GG time of 1 hour, 31 minutes, and 44 seconds.
And we have a forfeit from Smoke, so get your GGs in chat for HolySmoke as well.
And we'll see if anyone wants to join us for an interview.
I know we have a simultaneous stream from our sister channel, SpeedGaming Deutsch, so we may have a split interview. We'll see.
Ah.
Looks like we're... There we go, and we're joined by HolySmoke and Dark and Sky. GG's.
GG's.
Hey, GG.
GG both. So this was a pretty tough seed.
Mhm.
Yeah. I'm glad to be off the HMG wild ride.
Right. And Sky, do you want to talk about Ganon's Tower a little bit?
Oh gosh, GT. So what happened was after I did the right side, I got the small key and I was actually planning on going all the way through. But then I mirrored and then I was like, well, what do I do now? And I thought about going back to Tile Room, but I realized that the whole thing was most likely hammerlocked anyway. I wasn't 100% sure on that, but I felt like it was. So I opted to just leave because I was like, what are the odds that flippers are in one of those few chests? And what do you know?
Yep. Yeah, flippers
flipper.
flippers in Tile Room. If you hadn't filled each other in on that yet, Smoke.
Yeah,
Um,
got the news.
yeah. So the other thing, Sky, was we noticed that we were sort of talking in chat about Malmo was theory crafting, like, oh, if the hammer is in the front two of Swamp, then that actually tells us that the flippers can't be hammer locked. And so if you watch this back, you'll notice a little bit of no in chat when you started then chasing hammerlocked locations.
Oh, I'm sure. I could feel it. As I was playing the game, I was like, everybody in chat is just cringing right now.
No. It was great. It was great. But just for future reference, flippers can't be in Swamp or behind anything in Swamp.
Good to know. I felt like that was probably true, but I don't know. But when I left GT, my brain just like decided it was done and shut off.
That's what we sort of figured was happening. It was like, yeah, at a certain point, it's like, oh god, I have to just follow green squares because the logic is logicking.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got there eventually. And the Moon Pearl was also tricky. So how did you both feel about that?
It wasn't too bad. I regretted having done Zora area and pot before that. But with that
Be
early
honest.
mirror, I should have probably gone for mirror checks then.
Trying to remember where Moon Pearl
early
even
in
was.
quotes.
Yeah, that was at
Duck
Pyramid
Ross.
Fair.
Yeah, and it was a very close race. It was very hard to judge who had a lead for most of it, and then it just sort of came down to, we had the benefit of information from both sides, and so we knew earlier than either of you did that the flippers either had to be on the climb or in Tile Room. But
And I believe, HolySmoke, it was you who did the map wrap into Eastern Palace.
Yep.
That was very impressive.
that was so good. That was so exciting.
I was so happy I could do that because I had 2 practice seats where Bo was in Kakariko or earlier. And I thought, you should probably look into a way from there.
Oh, that's a funny way to drive your route.
It was definitely just a moment of like, wait, is this a no? Oh my god, it is. Yes. Yeah, very good.
I've noticed in my tournament career that the earlier in the day I play a seed, the worse I do. I'm very much a night person. So like I've been awake for 2 hours and like then everything happened that happened and you all saw it.
Yeah, I mean, it was just a just go to Tile Room forehead kind of seed. But GG's to both. So do you have round 2 scheduled yet? When can we look forward to that?
Not yet.
Yeah, probably sometime next week.
Yep.
Nice. So, checks. I also am looking at the bracket now and realizing that you have a vested interest in the outcome of this particular bracket.
That's right. I got to buy.
Yeah. So Chex will be playing the winner of Tracefire versus Plasma Snake, and then the winner of that will be playing the winner of HolySmoke versus Sky.
Yeah, whether I win or lose this one, I'll be looking forward to the losers bracket round, either this round or next round.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun tournament. Any final thoughts from either of our runners?
Not just thank you very much for the restream. I'm actually on schedule for the other interview, so
Yes,
gotta make it
we'll
short.
Let we'll let you
Thanks
get
for
over to
hopping
the
in on short notice, and checks for immediately signing up. Also Malmo for tracking.
Yeah, thanks everyone. Remember to finish GT when you go there the first time, so you don't have to go there 3 times.
All right. I think we'll probably wrap things up. Keep an eye on the Speed Gaming channels for a lot more Hybrid Major Glitches tournament matches coming up in the following weeks. Thanks so much to my co-coms Checks for a great time. This was a blast. We got to do this again sometime. And Malmo for tracking, and Chat for hanging out. Take it away, Checks.
Yeah, thanks so much, Dr. Earworm. And we'll see everyone next time. Take care.
Bye.
Goodbye.